Today we're taking a look at one of the most forgotten and underrated tank destroyers in Tier 8, the Jagdpanther 2. At first glance, it looks like a classic sniper, but if you play it like that, you're doing it wrong. This tank is all about positioning, timing, and knowing exactly when to strike. Let's start with the gun, because this is where the Jagdpanther 2 really shines. With around 490 alpha damage, every shot hurts. You're trading like a heavy tank, but from distance. The penetration, around 246 millimeters, which means you can comfortably deal with Tier 9 tanks. And then there's the DPM, over 2,600 damage per minute. That means if you're left alone for just 30 seconds, you can completely destroy enemy pushes. This tank doesn't just punish mistakes, it deletes them. Now here's where things get interesting. This is not a slow tank destroyer. With a top speed of around 55 kilometers per hour, you can reposition fast, support flanks, and even relocate mid-game. This gives you a massive advantage over slower TDs. You're not stuck, you're flexible. Compared to the Ferdinand tank, the Jagdpanther 2 is a lot faster and mobile. Let's be clear about one thing. This tank does not forgive bad positioning. The upper plate can bounce sometimes, but the lower plate, easy penetration. Sides, weak. Rear, even worse. If you get caught in the open, you're gone. So forget playing like a heavy tank. Here's how you should play the Jagdpanther 2. Early game. 1. Stay second line. 2. Support heavies. 3. Don't be the first spotted. Mid-game. 1. Start relocating. 2. Look for crossfire opportunities. Punish isolated enemies. Late game. 1. This is where you shine. 2. Use your mobility plus DPM. 3. Clean up the battlefield. This tank becomes deadly when enemy numbers drop. You're not the front line. You're the executioner behind it. Most players fail with this tank because 1. They camp too hard. 2. They overpush like a heavy. 3. They ignore position. The result? They get spotted, focused, and destroyed. This tank is all about balance. So, is the Jagdpanther 2 worth playing? Absolutely. If you understand positioning, if you play smart, this tank can dominate games. Not because it's overpowered, but because it rewards good players. Most players play this tank completely wrong, and that's why they lose. Why did everyone stop playing the Jagdpanther 2 when it's actually this strong? Most maybe have forgot it. So maybe we have to be different. Revive the tank from its grave and start to play it more frequently. Let's be honest for a second. The Jagdpanther 2 is one of those tanks people just forgot. Not because it's bad, but because it doesn't scream for attention. No crazy armor, no broken mechanics, no flashy gimmicks. And that's exactly why people underestimate it. But here's the truth. This tank has something way more dangerous. Consistency. Every shot hits hard. Every position matters. Every decision can win you the game. This is not a tank that carries you. This is a tank that rewards you. And that's why so many players struggle with it. Because if you make mistakes, this tank punishes you just as hard as the enemy. But if you play it right, you become invisible until it's too late for the enemy team. Suddenly you're farming damage, controlling the battlefield, and deleting tanks one by one. And that's the real reason why the Jagdpanther 2 should never be forgotten. This tank doesn't need hype. It just needs the right player. Every shot hits hard. Every position matters. Every decision can win you the game. This is not a tank that carries you. This is a tank that rewards you. And that's why so many players struggle with it. Because if you make mistakes, this tank punishes you just as hard as the enemy. But if you play it right, you become invisible until it's too late for the enemy team. Suddenly you're farming damage, controlling the battlefield, and deleting tanks one by one. And that's the real reason why the Jagdpanther 2 should never be forgotten. On paper, it sits around 0.34 dispersion, but in battle, it feels even better. This gun is incredibly reliable. You aim, you shoot, and the shell goes exactly where you want it. And that changes everything, because this tank isn't just about damage. It's about precision. You can hit weak spots consistently. You can punish enemies at long range. And most importantly, you don't waste shots. Every hit counts. And when you combine that with nearly 500 alpha damage, that's not just accuracy, that's control. You decide when the enemy takes damage and how much it hurts. This is what makes the Jagdpanther 2 so dangerous. Not randomness, but consistency. Now here's where the Jagdpanther 2 becomes truly dangerous. This tank doesn't just deal damage, it goes through armor. With around 246 millimeters of penetration, you're not just fighting mediums, you're going straight through heavies. Even heavily armored tanks are not safe, because this gun isn't about luck, it's about consistency. You aim at weak spots, lower plates, cupolas, and this tank delivers. And even when the armor is strong, you still have the tools. With premium rounds, your penetration jumps even higher, turning tough enemies into easy targets. So instead of bouncing shots, you're landing them again and again and again. And that's the difference. Other tanks hope to penetrate. This one expects it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. Hope to see you back in a new review off another battle tank from World of Tanks.